So help everyone get this in a time span. How long ago was that? The moment that you left Penrhyn and you started to both have a community member and a go at being a sober relationship. How long have you been doing that now? I suppose it's really interesting to hear that bit of the story. I suppose.
Yeah, you might as well call it 2 years.
Yeah, it's just about 2 years. Yeah,
we met and started dating, if you like, 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
That is from me finding Penrhyn, me bumping into Lianne in a meeting, and then I went to work in Blaenau, and then as it happened, Lianne got offered a flat in Blaenau, and that's where
we should say for the wider audience, we're talking about Blaenau Ffestiniog, yes.
Yeah, Blaenau Ffestiniog, yeah. And yeah, so we just thought at the time there's probably delusion and insanity in it all, but we thought, oh, things are coming together here. You know, Rob, you've been offered a job in Blaenau, you started working there, and then I've been offered a flat in Blaenau Ffestiniog, and yeah, things are coming together. It's all, you know, it's all great, isn't it? Like this sober lark, and you know, this isn't me blaming Blaenau Ffestiniog in any way. It was all down to me and my decisions, but you know, I was having a good crack in work with the lads, and you know, they were coming in sharing stories of their escapades over the weekend or their days off, and you know, there's still a bit of that in me that needed to exploring, and you know, because the addict alcoholic will always believe, until they're broken, that there is that.
Takes a long time, doesn't it? It takes a long time, doesn't it, to realise that actually, no, that it just isn't for me. I can't do that. Even if others can, I can't. Yes.
And I was always guilty of romanticising it all. You know that. I'm happy sat in a pub with my pint. I'm, you know, Jack the lad. That was kind of where I thought I was happy and where I thought life wanted me to be.
And I guess for you, Lianne, it was a slightly different story because you kept wanting to wash out the experiences as you've kept talking about the trauma and stuff. And you must have been coming to some sense that just wasn't working for you, yes?
Yeah, it was because I was in that cycle of picking up the drink, and then I'd end up in hospital, I'd taken an overdose, and it was just that continuous cycle of, but yeah. I think the last relapse, I think I'll just try it one more time. And because you moved away, and even though it's only Blaenau Ffestiniog, no one really knows me, so I can do what I want.
And I can only speak for myself here, but that first couple of nights, maybe or whatever, there was that slight enjoyment in it for that brief period, and that's what we hold on to, you know, as addicts.
Well, I think it's really important. It's a big conversation, Rob, but the elephant in the room that a lot of people don't talk about in policy and or even in recovery is the word pleasure. They forget it's an elephant in the room. There is still an element of pleasure, and people forget that. Yes. I think you're absolutely true. Yes.
Yeah, I am one of them that, you know, I love the taste of alcohol. You know, people say that they never enjoyed it, but I loved it, and I loved everything about cocaine as well. I loved the chase of the deal.
If we're not honest about this pleasure element, we're always only ever having a half conversation, aren't we? At some level, of course.